She fears she could be next. The Ukrainian girlfriend of the murdered Russian opposition activist Boris Nemtsov now has a special security detail after telling police she's received death threats since returning to Ukraine on Monday. The 23-year-old woman was right next to Nemtsov when the Putin critic was shot dead in the shadow of the Kremlin, while a snowplow conveniently blocked the only murky view that there was of the crime from a security camera. Nemtsov's death has been yet another chilling and lethal attack on anti-Putin activists. This week, one of the most prominent Putin critics still standing, the chess grandmaster Garry Kasparov, pressed the U.S. Senate to arm Ukraine in their bloody battle for survival over Russia, saying, quote, "You cannot negotiate with cancer like a cancer. Putin and his elites must be cut out. He must be isolated and removed, for only when Putin is gone can Russia be the free, strong, and independent country Boris Nemtsov always dreamed it could be." And Garry Kasparov joins me now live from New York. Sir, thanks so much for being here. My condolences on the loss of your friend. His girlfriend, what kind of danger do you think she's in, and who's making these threats?
I doubt very much she's in any real danger if she's now in Kiev. I would be more worried if she was kept in Moscow. And now, since she left Moscow, I guess Ukrainian security will find ways to protect her if these threats are real.
Who do you think is behind Nemtsov's death?
There are only two choices. Either Putin himself gave an order or his closest allies from inner circle. Because this murder took place at one of the bridges led to Kremlin. And those places are the most protected places in Russia, maybe in the world. There are more video cameras there than in the Fort Knox. To imagine that these cameras couldn't catch these events is inconceivable. So it's quite suspicious that the only camera that is being used to present this video is the camera of Moscow City Channel. And also there was one more video from the video register on the car passing by. And both videos prove that that was a well-prepared murder, and I don't believe that anybody but Kremlin security could operate in this area.
Is there a reason to do it specifically on the street right near the Kremlin? It seems an area that, A, would point to the obvious, at least, acquiescence by the Russian government, and B, it would seem to be more difficult to do.
Actually, to the contrary, if I'm right, assuming that, the Russian security service has been involved, this is the safest place for them because they control it completely. And this is probably the only place in Moscow where you don't have city police. There's plenty of city police anywhere. No passerbys, almost no cars. And the bridge, it's quite a long distance where you can spot any car or any stranger who is approaching to the spot. So I think that from the point of view of those who organize and carry this murder, one of the bridges leading to Kremlin is the best place for this atrocity because they control it totally.
Garry, you are a high-profile Putin critic. Are you afraid for your life speaking out like this?
Look, if I was not afraid for my life, I wouldn't leave my country 2 years ago. And I always had arguments with Boris, who was an optimist and probably the bravest of us all. And he stayed there and kept blasting Putin's regime, publishing his reports. And the last report that he was about to release was about Putin and war in Ukraine, where Boris collected evidence to prove the presence of Russian regular troops in eastern Ukraine. But here in New York City, or even traveling abroad in Europe, I feel safer because, again, no one is 100% safe. But it's much safer than being on the bridge opposite Kremlin.
Garry Kasparov, well, we hope you stay safe. Thanks so much for joining us.